So once again, do not worry, please. I am okay and intend to remain so, and do so hope you are taking care and looking after yourself, my dearest. Goodbye for the present, yours eternally, Maurice. Maurice Reid was my father. He was in the RAF and had been in Singapore for 2 weeks before they were captured, and he was taken to Java and was in a camp in Batavia. My father died in 1992 and my mother in 2005, and we found this box of memorabilia, really, and this letter. I think it had lots of information in it, really, and just gave a flavour of how it was. We are all naturally browned off with this life, but on the whole have very little to grumble about, even though we do. We have football matches almost every day, and badminton and table tennis teams have been got up and competitions held.
How does it feel when you read that?
It's my dad coming off the page. Yeah. It is, yeah. You know, more concerned about how my mum was and reassuring her about different things, even minor things, really. I think she'd only just found out that he was a Japanese prisoner of war when she got this letter. He'd been in Singapore 2 weeks before they were captured. They'd gone out there by sea, and I think it was very shortly, realised that the Japanese were coming. I do remember my mother saying she didn't know whether he was alive for several months after he was captured. I think it must have been very difficult for her. And one thing he mentions too quite frequently is, has she been to visit his mother? He was obviously concerned about his mother as well. The commanding officer whose name is on the front of this letter, I looked him up, and he had been shot by the Japanese 3 weeks after this letter was written for insubordination.
So although life sounds okay in the camp, they certainly weren't free.
No.
It was a
It was tough. Camp. Yes, it was, yes. He was 6 foot tall and he weighed 6.5 stone when he came home. There is a form here which is entitled Secret, but for war crimes. You are requested to set out, in accordance with the directions below, such knowledge as you may have had on the subject of war crimes. But my father chose not to do anything about that. I think that it was a time that he wanted to forget after the war ended. That was a different chapter, I think. Just towards the end of his life had started to talk to my son. But he loved his garden, and I think he spent a lot of time in his garden, probably going over things. But no, never really spoke about it. Which is sad, really, because it would have been nice to have known, bits and pieces. I think I would have liked to have asked him about his experiences more. But it was obviously painful for them. I just think to have a chat would be lovely with him, yes. He was a lovely man.
And what does VJ Day mean to you?
I think we have to mark it as much as we do VE Day, because I think sometimes it's in the shadow of VE Day, and I think it's important that the younger generations know about these things so it doesn't ever happen again.